Hello, everyone. My name is Sreshtha Tewari, and I have a question for you. Are you using your vacation as a temporary emotional fix, and why? A lot of us go on vacation and we totally enjoy it and feel a sense of dread when we return. If this is you, stay tuned because I'm going to explore this feeling and what we can do about it. Hello again, my gorgeous divas. My name is Sreshtha Tewari. I am a woman in leadership, emotional intelligence, and healing coach. That means I help successful women build a bridge to finding their purpose, to living their life without fear, without anxiety, without worry, and really help to clear their path so that they can live mentally and emotionally free, being their most true unapologetic selves. Welcome to my Life and Understanding podcast. Today we are talking about why we feel a sense of dread when we return from vacation and what we can do about it. So let's talk about the vacation. We plan these vacations. We look forward to it. We invest in it. $10,000 TT, 20,000 TT, whatever you, as much as 50,000 TT, depending on the airplane, the hotel, the spending money. And all of this is really investment. You are investing in an experience for yourself or for your family that is going to give you memories and is also going to give you a break from the day-to-day life that you live. And when we are returning from vacation, sometimes the Monday morning, for those of us in corporate jobs, we feel an immense sense of dread. In fact, recently, one of my cousins was talking about how when he landed in the airport, he felt a sense of dread just landing in Trinidad. And if this is you, I want to ask you, why are you in a job that is not nourishing every fiber of your being? Who sold you on the idea that this is okay? And why did you accept it? So most of us have ended up in jobs where we may love what we do, but for some reason, it does not nourish your soul. You don't feel truly alive in every second of that job. Why did we land up here and how did we end up here? And if this is you, I want you to use your emotions as a compass, because remember, your emotions are really little messages from your divine source, whatever you want to refer or whoever you want to refer to that being as, whether it is Jesus, God, Krishna, Allah, Ganesh, whoever you refer to it as. Just think of your emotions as that divine message telling you that the space you are in now, there is some question around it in terms of the health of that space for your being. So if you are feeling this way, most times what we do is we focus on the physical world, meaning that we may say, okay, I really don't like this job. I don't like feeling this way. We may look for another job to go to. We may decide to leave the company. But we are making those decisions still with our history of emotions coded and living in our body. And it is good to be thinking forward. It is good to be thinking, okay, this is not a healthy place. I need to move on. But what I want to encourage you to do is to take a step back and look internally at what it is you have to clear in order to make a healthy decision for yourself. And why I'm saying that is sometimes when we are looking to move on, we may just look at one dimension of moving. Sometimes we just want more money and nothing is wrong with that. Sometimes we just want a break from whoever is managing us or maybe the people we need to deal with. Nothing is wrong with those things. But when you deal with your internal energy first, when you get rid or you clear yourself of the emotions that have been holding you back, sort of invisibly shackled to you, When you move on, you will find yourself moving on into a place that is healthy for you. You will find yourself feeling excited about the change as opposed to feeling like, thank God, I'm running away, I'm escaping. Goodbye to you. And also, we must never burn bridges. Topic for our next for our next podcast. So that is just a side note, and if you really feel this way and what you can do. But let's go back to the vacation and why we feel that sense of dread. The reality is, most of us use vacations as a temporary emotional fix. A vacation we see as a break from our everyday life, and we accept this. We accept that we are going to go on this vacation and we are going to have the best time ever. We are going to take pictures, we are going to make memories. But somehow we are okay with the fact that when it is over, we are not going to feel good about it. And we accept this because media has taught us that the way to escape the life that we don't fully feel alive in is to take a vacation. And we, of course, see the pictures of persons jumping into crystal clear blue waters or exploring mountains or going to Broadway plays or cities, whatever appeals to you. And all of these things have merit. And it's not that I'm not honoring them. I'm just saying that when you look at the vacation as a temporary fix, as opposed to a savory, satisfying, nourishing experience on top of your already awesome life, there is a big difference. Because if your vacation was that savory, satisfying, nourishing experience, leaving the vacation or landing in Trinidad or coming back to wherever you live would give you a sense of fulfillment. Like, I lived, I feel this, and I'm continuing with my life of aliveness, whatever it is you do, because you would be excited to serve and to do whatever it is you do in your life. So having that feeling after vacation is actually a sign that something in your life is not healthy in terms of your emotional gravitational field. And what can you do about this? So again, I spoke to before, what we have been trained to do is to look at physically what we can do, where we can move, what we can do differently. But as an emotional intelligence coach, I can tell you that if you deal with your emotions, if you sort of approach it backwards to how you were thought, if you deal with your feeling, if you start with what you want to feel, what does your life need to look like for you to feel this way? How do you end up in that life where you feel alive? You will find yourself with a completely different approach to your life. And the way to do that is really to work with a coach. Now, a lot of times we read books and we may implement what we learned in the book. Like, a lot of the things I learned, besides from my coaching programs, are from books like Richard Brandler on NLP and Carolyn Myers on Anatomy of the Spirit. But when you read a book and when you attend a generic training with like 200 people, it is very difficult to get the one-on-one customized packaging that you need in order to transform your life. So you may get changes in your life, you may feel different, and all of that is good. And I am by no means discounting the ability of reading or the propensity of a training or a workshop with hundreds of people to help you in your life. But if you are looking at transformation, you really need someone to work with you one-on-one to identify the things specific to you that are holding you back and to develop a program customized for you in order to lead that transformation. So for example, I've had clients one client, she wanted to start her own business, but she had a fear of failure. And for the life of me, I was trying to figure out where this fear of failure came from, because her parents she didn't go through the mental and emotional abuse that most of us went through. She had a good childhood. Her parents supported her. Her family supported her. But she had this fear of failure, and we explored it. And only towards the end, she realized that it really came from a teacher who would have made her feel bad about trying to sell something in school, and then another incident involving a teacher. A lot of times, we don't realize how the fears that we hold are coded in us from something that happened a long time ago, sometimes ancient in origin, because we forget about all these things. But in me working with her to clear the emotion, and what I would have done first is clear the emotion, and eventually she would have realized. And this is something also that happens, like when I work with clients and we figure out what is holding you back. And I actually don't need the whole backstory. I can just work with emotion. What do you feel when you think about doing this thing that could change your life? What is holding you back? We work with emotion. And usually by the second or third session after that, they'll come back and tell me, Sreshtha, I had an epiphany. You know why that was happening was because this happened whenever. The thing is, when we look at the coding within our bodies, which is emotional, and we are not aware of it. But when we deal with that first, you will be amazed at the revelations that come to you to help you move on in your life. I had another client who I was working with her to get more clients, and I was helping her to be confident in calling persons on the phone. She owns a veterinary clinic, and I was trying to help her find the confidence to call the clients who she already have for follow-up visits, because these are animals. So they need to come in every year for their shots and whatever the frequency is. And in 2 sessions after we cleared that fear of calling people, she was like, Sreshtha, I had a revelation. I'm speaking up more. I'm comfortable speaking in normal conversations when I wouldn't say anything. I am okay sharing my voice. And again, these are the things that happen when you clear your emotional space. All of these things that have been holding you back that you're not aware of, we discover them and we help clear them. So eventually, when you book your vacation, it is not going to be an escape. It is going to be icing on the cake of the already awesome, fantastic life that you're already living, because you would have dealt with all the emotional baggage that have been holding you back that you're not even aware of. And you would have created a new you, the you were meant to be before society and your friends and your family and whoever else in your life told you you should be this. And you so busy wanting to please, which most of us are before the age of 35, covered our most beautiful selves in these projections without knowing that we were hiding who we are true to this world. So I want to encourage you, if you feel a sense of dread after your vacation, join my Facebook group, Leading Your Life with Emotional Intelligence, and book an emotional breakthrough call with me. It is free, it is complimentary. I will help you clear one fear in that call. And once you are interested, we can talk about how I can support you maybe over the space of 2 to 3 months in order to really get you that transformation you need to change your life from good to, oh my gosh, I am this amazing, gorgeous diva. And even when I say and I call you a gorgeous diva and you're thinking, no, I'm not a gorgeous diva, believe me, you are. And I can find that gorgeous diva in you. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys understand that your vacation is not supposed to be a temporary emotional fix. And by investing the same money you would have invested in vacations, or even maybe less than you would have invested in vacations for years gone by, you can invest that same money hiring a coach to work with you one-on-one. And in 3 months, approximately 3 months, depending on what it is you're working towards, see your life drastically change and move from good to, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is my life, fantastic. So again, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Join my Facebook group, and I will see you guys on Wednesday for my Women in Leadership podcast, and next week for my Life and Understanding podcast. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.